October. I'm a bit behind on watching everybody's videos, so I've watched half of them, I've commented on none of them. It's been a busy couple of weeks actually, for some weird reason. Don't have a lot to show, unfortunately, because it's not been busy sewing wise, it's just been busy with lots of different things at school. Oh, I just want to show you my mug. This is my Halloween mug. How cool is this? Yeah, love my Halloween mug. I don't think it'll only be out on Halloween though. It's a designer over here called Emma Bridgewater who makes these kind of china mugs, and I got it on sale because they're usually about £15, which is about $35, which for a mug is just like ridiculous. But I found that one on sale and it was a £5, so I had to buy it. So that's about $12. I'm trying to think what's gone on. So we've had some fun and games with my daughter at school at the moment. She's not settling very well into her first year of school. She did reception last year, which is kind of like playing, but now she's doing year one, so it's kind of, I don't know, I can't equate it to how American schooling works, but I think reception is like kindergarten, and now she's gone into like proper school, and she is really struggling at the moment with many things, and one of the things she's struggling with is her emotions. So the school wanted her to have a teddy bear that she loved inside the school, so when she got upset she could go and hug it. And there were a couple of reasons I was hesitant with that. One was my daughter is very emotional, and she's also very dramatic, and I was fearful that she would do a whole, I need my teddy, and we'd have that issue. And the other reason I was fearful of it is because she would get very attached to this teddy and then get upset when she couldn't bring it home. So an example of her emotions at school is that she did some homework. It was Florence Nightingale. She had to do a portrait of Florence Nightingale, which she decided she wanted to do in the style of her favourite artist, Mondrian. So we created this portrait of Florence Nightingale in that style. She took it into school, and when she couldn't bring it home that day, she got herself into a right state and was crying and very upset because she wanted to bring her homework home. So I was fearful that the same would happen with the teddy bear. So I had to think about it, and I decided to make her 2 dolls that were exactly the same, and they were going to be elf dolls so that they could listen to her at school and they could communicate by wiggling their noses, and one would send a message to the other one. So she'd had a rough day at school, the one doll that she had at school would send a message to the doll she had at home so that she could have lots of cuddles and things. And also the doll that's at school has a little bag that it carries, and inside the little bag is a note from Mummy and Daddy saying how much we love her and how proud we are of her, and a note from her brother saying that he loves her too. And so that went into school. So by having one at home that was exactly the same, it's meant that the one at school can stay at school. So I made 2 dolls. She called them Rose and Petal. Rose is at school and Petal is here, and this is what she looks like. So it's been a while since I made a doll, but she has this kind of fleece fur for her head, which is really, really soft. Her ears are completely out of line. I had to make these dolls in like one weekend, and the same weekend I felt awful, I was sick. So it's not my best work at all, but I wanted to get them made so she had them. So this is Petal. She's got lace here to hide up the stitching because the stitching is awful. That sews her together at the bottom. Yeah, she's just a doll. Hannah loves her, and as I said, they've got these magical elf ears that twitch, and her teacher has a little book that she writes in for me to say if Hannah's had a good day or if something's happened that I need to know about, because it was just getting a bit silly. But yes, so this one is Petal. Rose has a little button here that has a rose on it. That's the only difference. Oh, and I think their pom-poms are different colours, but that seems to be working at the moment, so we'll see what happens with that. Aside from that, I also made the skirt. So it's just, it's sort of below the knee, kind of mid-calf. It's just a stretchy pencil skirt type thing with this beautiful fabric. And I've got more of this jersey. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it really is beautiful. So that was all done on my serger. So I made a skirt. I'm not sure if I've shown you this or not. I know I've shown you the fabric, but I made it up into a bag, and I wasn't sure if I showed you the bag. But this is my Halloween project bag. So I boxed the bottom. My lining up is awful, but hey hey. Boxed the bottom. I've got some orange pom-pom which I put up here by the zip. And just some, I've got to finish sewing the rickrack. And it's just, inside it's just red. And it currently holds, I don't know if I've got a picture I can show you. It's not the pattern. So I'm doing a, you know that I've got into Game of Thrones. I think I've mentioned I've got into Game of Thrones. I'm now on season, I've just finished watching season 3, which was a bit of a shocker at the end. If you haven't seen it, I won't say anything. But yeah, second to last episode I was like, what? No, you can't do that. But they did. And so I wanted to find a cross stitch pattern. I've got the patterns on Fathom and Stitches in my mind to do. I want to do a quilt with all of the family pennants and the family slogans. So, but at the moment that's kind of on the back burner. I've got my Christmas quilt to do. I've got to put together Paper Piece of Vintage. So yeah, it's back burner at the moment until things quieten down a bit. But you know I love to cross stitch, and cross stitching is one of those things you can do in front of the TV, or you know, it's just nice and easy. So I found this picture, ooh, that one, which is a Game of Thrones one. It was my favourite of the Game of Thrones pictures because it had that cartoony effect. So that is currently being worked on. I think I've got part of her hair and some dragon done. Yeah, there you go, see, some dragon. But as you also know, when I cross stitch I work on about 6 different projects all at once. So because it's October, I'm also working on a spell store which I hope to get finished in October. It's quite a simple pattern, that one, so I'm hoping to get that one finished. This one might be Christmas, I'm hoping for this one, because I'd like to hang it with my other patterns that I finished this year, which is the Labyrinth pattern, the Doctor Who pattern. I've got a Lunar one downstairs that I've done. I'm trying to think what other ones. Oh, and the Witch one. And I kind of want to hang them in my downstairs bathroom, downstairs toilet, and put them up there. But yeah, we'll figure that out when time comes. I've got so much going on the rest of this year that I don't know when I'm going to get those done and finished. So I'll just keep working away at them. Aside from that, I don't have a huge amount else to show. I always say, aside from that, apart from those 4 things that I've shown you that I've been doing, I don't have anything else to show you. Yeah, it's just been a bit rough with Hannah and trying to help her and get her settled when you've got kids. I'm sure you, those of you with children know, and those of you without, I'm sure you understand that when they're going through something and you can't wave a magic wand and fix it, it's awful. You just want them to be happy and healthy and to just be settled, and for everybody to see the child you see, and that's not happening at the moment with Hannah. But I best go before I get cut off by the video. I will speak to you all next week, and hopefully I'll comment on your videos as well before then. So have a lovely week, and I will speak to you all next week. Bye.